Say whatever you want about Noah Lyles, but this season, in this moment, Noah Lyles is the man when it comes to the 200 meters. Hello everyone, welcome to another upload. Hope you're all doing great. So the USA Charles all weekend long provided us with some first class world quality track and field. You must agree with me, right? And there are so many moments that I want to look back at, but I'll have to do those in different uploads. But today I want to talk about Noah Lyles and the 200 meters. Let us start out by the fact that Noah did not have a need to run the 200 meters, right? He's the defending world champion and he has a bye. So let us start there. Well, I guess he has his reason why he wanted to run. But generally speaking, there was no need for him to run the finals because he had already secured his spot with his bye by being the defending champion. And I look at that, and I say, Noah Lyles not easy, Noah Lyles is not an easy person. Now, what Noah Lyles went out there, when he went out there around the 200 meters, he basically was sending a message. He was sending a couple of messages, in my opinion. One, he was saying to all his competitors in the USA, look here, if you want the title of national champion over the 200 meters, you got to earn it. You got to earn it, baby. You got to work for it. And I think that is one of the main reasons why he went out there. Because, he's saying, hey, I'm the national champ and you're not going to get this by default. And therefore, I think that is one of the main reasons he went out there. Now, at the end of the race, that little spot between him and Benarek, I was saying, maybe this is another reason. He's saying that, hey, Kenny, I see what you have been doing all season. But if you want to be USA champion over 200 meters, you have to run the race and you have to earn it. And I think that is also one of the reasons why he went out there and run. And then, of course, for his competitors, he wanted to show up and show off. So his competitors will know that, hey, I am good this season. Hey, you dethroned me at Olympics, but I am back. I think that 19.63 world lead, that was the message that Noah was sending to his competitors. And I was looking back on the fastest times in the world this year over 200 meters. And interestingly, it seems as if we might having the same three persons on the podium at the end of world championships. But will it be in that same order? Probably not. So, Leslie Tubo has been performing extremely well over the 200 meters. Not so good over the 100 meters. Earlier in the season, it seemed as if he had a little niggle or something like that. And then we did a scene for a while and he came back and showed the world that, hey, your Olympic champ, is still also one of the man over the 200 meters. So his fastest time this season is 1976, 19.76 seconds. And I think he ran that in Eugene, Oregon, right? So when I talk about who is going to dominate the 200 meter this season on the men's side, can't leave out Let's See Little Boho. He, as I said, is looking good, and I know seeing Noah's 1963 World League this weekend is definitely going to be motivation for him to do what he needs to do in training so that, when World Championships comes around, he can perform at his best. Because the truth is, anybody who's going to win that title have to bring their A game. And of course, Kenny, who has been doing extremely well over both the 100 and the 200, might I add, he has the second fastest time in the world this season, and that would be the 19.67 that he clocked yesterday at the trials. And Kenny was on the podium at Worlds, and I know at Olympics, and I know for Kenny this season, he also has his eyes on winning the 200 meter. I ask nobody. That is also one of his objectives. But of course, his countryman, Noah Lyles, possibly may stop him. Has always been a deterrent. So we don't know what is going to happen. But Kenny is looking good over the 200 meters and the 100 meters. Second fastest time in the world this season over both. 1967 over the 200 meters and 979 over the 100 meters. So me know say in a Kenny head right there, say I say, what? 979? 1967? I have a shot at the double, or I have a shot at picking up a medal in both events. And I think there so is where the problem is, because we know Noah, you know Noah, Lyles, and I mean Noah must see Kenny 979 over the 100, and Noah must see the play say, but this boy Kenny is trying to win the double. This boy Kenny is trying to take my crown, and I think that is motivation for Noah, because I mean y'all know Noah is, when I watched Oblique beating no winning Noah at Risa's Grand Prix, when I saw them in the semis and me see Oblique win, I look over Noah and I said, Jesus Christ, don't do it, don't do it. Because I think, as I've said in previous videos, Noah is motivated by these things. And I think the fact that he now sees that Kenny could possibly be a strong contender for the double, or picking up medals in both the 100 and the 200, I know that that is motivation, because you know Noah Lyles, he always wants to be the man at the top. So I don't know what is going to happen, but I love it. I love the competition. But as I said, I feel like at World Championships, I'm leaving the 100 meter alone, I'll talk about that another day. I feel like at World Championships, on the podium, we're possibly going to see the same three gentlemen. That is, let's see Boho of Botswana, because as I've said, he is looking really good, and I guess, in my opinion, probably is only an injury going to stop Boho from making top 3 in the 200 meters. It is what it is. He's currently one of the best over the distance this season. Of course, he has youth in his favor. So I think we're going to see Boho on the podium this season, and I strongly believe that he's going to better his 19.76 that he has run this season. Kenny is looking good, and you know, Kenny really wants to do it. I think that gold medal has been eluding him, and I know that he wants to win gold over the 200 meters. So I think we're going to see Kenny Bednarek on the podium as well for the men's 200 meters. And of course, you know, Noah Lyles started the season late. A lot of persons were wondering, you know, if whatever is happening to him was extremely serious. You know, we saw him come back, run the 100 meters. He himself said that he was not really race ready. But yesterday he went out there and showed the world that, hey, the 200 meter is my baby, by running his 1963 world lead. So I think that we're definitely going to see Noah Lyles on the podium as well at World Championships for the 200 meters. What order will it be in? The last time it was Boho, Bednarek, and Noah. Will it remain in that order? I don't think so. I personally think that Noah Lyles is the man when it comes to the 200 meters. So I want to hear your thoughts though. You know, drop your comments. Do you share my viewpoint that for Worlds we'll possibly see those same 3 gentlemen on the podium as we did in the Olympics, and in what order? Drop your comments. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have not already done so. And until my next upload, take care.